Oh, Perth, how the fuck are you? Well, oh, beautiful. Hey, one more time for Wolfie. How good was that? Fucking, yeah, not bad. Beautiful. Shit. What was that, cocksucker? What? My mum hits you up. You are the ugliest cunt on two legs, all right? Even she has standards and she's a drunk, mate. You should have been swallowed at birth, you ugly, filthy little cunt. Mark McGowan wouldn't own you, you dirty little mongrel. Suck my cock, sir. Anyway, God. Hey, there's a couple of seats spare at the front if anyone wants to come and sit up here. Yeah, come on, come up. There's 2 seats. Someone didn't fucking turn up. Huh? Hey, no worries, bros. How you going? How did you get in the front row? Who, hey? You winged it? How did you get free tickets? You're the bloke off... Oh, I know you. You were banned from every pub in WA. Stand up. Give everyone a bit of a g'day. How you doing? Yes. Hey? Drinking rums and... Tuning mums. I love it. What was your name again, my friend? Kyle. Good to... Cowboy. How you doing, big dick? Good. So you got barred from every pub. What happened? You punched a secco. Can you stop hobbling around, man? You punched a secco because he wouldn't let you in, right? He chucked your wallet because your ID was fucked up, right? So what happened? What did you give him? Talk us through it, please. A jab. You just jabbed him. You just jabbed him and kept moving. Fucking no, no spinning, no fucking none of these ones, no fucking head kicks. All right, fair enough. So what do you do now? You've been barred for how long? A year. What are you gonna do? You sound like a piss wreck. You love the square bear. Sugarcane champagne. Is this your missus here? No, God, no. That is the appropriate reaction. Do you know her? Oh, are you single? You are, and you are, I imagine. Farmer wants a wife. Alcoholic wants a punching bag, apparently. How old are you, madam? 22. All right, well, what do you reckon about the big dick? What do you... Old cowboy over here. You reckon you give... What do you... Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter about the size, all right? Size of a needle goes like a sewing machine, as they always say. I reckon that you should give him a chance.
Why you just got married?
If you see your ex here tonight, your ex is... Who is your ex? What's your ex's name? Huh? G'day, mate. How you doing, big fella? You can what? Farmer can have the wife, all right. Jesus. So what happened between you two? Why'd you just break up? No. Do tell. What? Okay, give me in 5 words or less why you two broke up. And I'll ask him after this. So give me 5 words or yes. His friends were more important. Well done. 5 or less words, my friend. That's a bad start. Hey, hang on. One lunatic at a time. You what? MDMA. Sick, bro. Don't you threaten him. Do you know what he's going to do to you, mate? He's going to fucking jab you. He's going to... Oh, it's good to be back. Shut up, idiot. It's good to be back in Perth. It has been 3 fucking years. This show has been on sale since I was born. It is ridiculous. I don't know, to be honest. I don't make these type of decisions. They're above my pay grade. Because Saturdays are important. Claire and I like to get home and watch, Escape to the Country. Shout out to little Dixon. She's up there, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, fucking oath. My beautiful wife. Thank you. We are having a baby, and no one knows this yet, but we're having a little boy, which is fucking not bad. And he's going to towel you up, madam, I tell you that. In 18 years' time, you'll be looking awful by then, I tell you that much. But it's been such a tough time because of COVID and all that shit, hasn't it? It's been rough. Everyone's been happy. I just miss the good old days when people only cared about vaccines for one reason. They're only scared of vaccines for one reason, and that is something terrifying: autism. We weren't scared of being tracked or our DNA changed or blood clots. It was autism. The good old days. Now, shout out to any autistic people in the crowd. Anyone's? Yep. You're autistic. I do not need to be a psychologist to diagnose that. But I am also disabled. Yeah. Not in your sort of ugly way, but I have epilepsy. Yeah, so you see when I was walking out and that fucking strobe light was going, I was walking out going. So if you ever see me on the ground, on stage, just like freaking out, moving around, shaking, don't worry, I'm just dying. But I think it's good to make fun of disabled people. I think it's good to make fun of everybody, right? Autistic people, absolutely. Why not? Let's fucking... So you're autistic. Anyone else? You, sir? No? You are. Hey, big fella. All right. So one of God's mistakes, ladies and gentlemen. You were born a cunt. Here's what I think about autism. I feel sorry for autistic men, all right? Because they don't really have anywhere to go in life. Autistic women do. They move to Melbourne and become a stand-up comedian. Hello, Hannah Gadsby. Autistic men, they don't really have anything. They don't really have a career path set out for them. But if I had magic powers and I could make autistic men be born with a certain appendage, I would love for God, when he dropped you on the ground, to pick you back up and make you with a big fat 12-inch cock. How good would it be having autistic men walk around with 12-inch cocks, all right? It would finally explain why they were smiling all of the time. It would be great. And as if you wouldn't watch, madam, you wouldn't watch fucking autistic porn. If that was a category on Pornhub, would you not watch it, sir? You're damn straight you would fucking watch it, all right? Because it'd be fantastic. You'd have Cowboy, right? Cowboy's toweling up this young lady. You, madam. And he's got his big fat 12 inches and he's sending it home and he's going, this is for the bouncer, and he's fucking giving it hard and fast, straight up the middle, right? And then she's really enjoying it, yeah? She's screaming, she's yelling, and he's slapping his ears because he hates the noise. It would be beautiful. Gorgeous. Is girth better than length? Girth, I'll tell you what's important as far as dick size is concerned. All that matters is that you turn up. All right? All that matters is that you turn up and give it a good, solid crack. All right? Because let me tell you this. There's some animals out there that turn up unannounced. Ducks. Now, this is a joke that I do not have a punchline for yet. We may find it tonight. Ducks, right? Have you ever seen a duck's dick? Duck's dicks, look this up later, are dead set the size of a Subway footlong. They're huge. They're long and they're curly. Ducks' vaginas, right? If you've seen one of those, they are... Everyone's seen a duck's vagina, sir. You look like Dobby off Harry Potter. What? I'm a free elf. Dobby's got a cum sock. Yeah, duck pussy. They're long and cavernous like a maze, right? No. The reason is to stop the male ducks raping them. Male ducks are rapists, right? That is how this is going to sound like such bullshit, but I promise you this is true. In Sydney the other week I had a show, right? And the dude said he used to breed ducks and he used to have to give the female ducks, the male ducks, at least 3 females. If he only gave them 2, he would murder the 2 female ducks. Like, ducks are bad people, right? Ducks are bad people. They're rapists. They're murderers. They are worse people than the worst of the worst. You think that fucking the Queen's a bad person. I tell you, ducks are worse. I know the Queen's dead. I know the Queen's dead. Everyone's very... What was that? Why can't I use the Queen as an example? Listen. Madam, you sit in the front row and... Shut up, you fucking autistic cunt. You sit in the front row with no hair, a shorn fucking head. Shut up. I don't have anything for the duck bit. It's really upsetting. One day I will, and you'll go, I remember when he tried to do something about that in Perth and it failed miserably. COVID's been tough. That is what I was trying to get across before. It has been very, very, very difficult. And I wonder how we will remember it for many years to come. Because we remember different types of pandemics throughout history in different ways. The Black Death, cowboy. Are you familiar with the Black Death? Not really. Have you heard of the bubonic plague? They're the same thing, dickhead. All right? Here's the thing. Do you know how we remember those plagues? The Black Death? No. A nursery rhyme. Shuts the fuck up. Stop talking to each other. Fucking... I will king hit you. No, seriously, fucking... I'll buy you a beer, but only if you drive home. I wonder how they're going to remember coronavirus. Because the Black Death, they remember it through nursery rhymes. Ring-a-ring-a-rosy. Thank you. Is all about the Black Death. Ring-a-ring-a-rosy, right? The ring, the rash that they would develop as a part of the Black Death, the pocket full of posies, is what the plague doctors, they would have these sweet-smelling herbs that they would shove into their plague masks, the big beaks, right? A tissue, we all fall down, fucking dead. I just hope and I pray that one day we will have a song that little kids in kindergarten can sing about the coronavirus. In 400 years' time, they'll just be there going, all right, let's go, Susie. I've got you, bro. The Chinese are in the wet markets eating lots of bats. Let's go, Susie. Infected Cruz. Mark McGowan. I fucking hate that cunt. Honestly. I know there's some Mark McGowan stans in the crowd. You're a Mark McGowan fan? You should be shot. All right? What's it called where you love your captors? You're a captor? Stockholm Syndrome? Yeah. Look at you, your brain's just going, fucking Stockholm, where am I? No, Mark's a cunt. Yeah, no, well said, sir. Have you got a fucking cooler bag? What are you drinking, mate? It's got your jumper. You've got an esky bag for your jumper, sir. No, I like it. I think you've done very well. Fair enough. I'd like to continue with the show, but firstly I have to address something. What is going on with your hairline, sir? No. I've got at least 3 years left. Shut up. 2.5 my ass, sir. I hope your granddad has a heart attack tonight. I hope he dies. Now, let's be serious, right? I need to address something that I said a few years ago now. This is a part of the agreement of me being here tonight, is I have to actually address this. Because when I booked this show, it was 2020, I think. And at that time, I had recently just been cancelled, right? I've been cancelled for a number of reasons in the past. I was cancelled for the Jewish joke. Madam, you're a big fan of mine. No, you've never seen me before in your life, have you? Well, this is going to be a fucking eye-opener for you. You have the Karen haircut. You have the Karen do. Like, are you that naive? Like, do you think that looks good? No, I'm joking. It actually really suits you. Well done. Geez, you'd hate to work in retail with you walk in. I got cancelled for a joke I said about Jewish people, right? And the joke was about the ovens and whatnot. And I got in a lot of trouble for that. I also got in trouble for a joke I said about the jumping castle tragedy that happened in Tasmania. I don't know if you know what happened, but I think 6 or 7 kids died, although I believe those numbers were inflated. The Christchurch massacre, though. Around the same week, sir, I announced that I was doing a show here, right? Around the same week I was cancelled for the Christchurch massacre joke. Oh my God, I got so much hate. Like this venue here, they were going to protest. They're going to protest out the front when I turned up. Thankfully, Muslim people, short memory, not fused. They've forgotten about it, and I live to fight another day. But I would like to apologise for it. What? I thought you said tattoos. No, I have to apologise. It's part of the agreement here, so just bear with me. If you don't know what happened in Christchurch, 53 innocent Muslim people were killed by an Australian extremist who stormed into a mosque and killed these people while they were praying and going about their business. And me, this cis white piece of shit, tells a joke about it. Told the joke all over the world, in fact, and in New Zealand and in Christchurch. I did. No, this is serious. And I tell you what, it was too far. Because I received a lot of hate. Do you know what DN, what are they called? Message requests. Do you know what message requests are? You've been getting a lot of them. Good on you, bro. Enjoy. Enjoy, you violent alcoholic piece of shit. I do come from Newcastle. Yeah. One of us. No, this is serious. Shut up. I got a lot of hate. Message requests. I had 72,000 in 24 hours. All telling me that they were going to kill me, that they were going to kill my family, skin my dogs, all this crazy shit, right? Now, if you don't, you probably don't know the joke, do you? For context, I'm gonna say it. I was always gonna say it. This is theatrics, you fucking idiots. Jesus Christ, you're a bunch of dumb cunts, Perth. Someone up the back goes, that's true. The saddest thing about the Christchurch massacre wasn't the 53 innocent Muslims that were killed. It was the thousands of others that night in Christchurch who couldn't make it home because all the cabbies were dead. Not funny. Not funny at all. Sit down, cunt. Thank you. Please, sit down. But I tell you what. Good question. I basically felt pretty scared. But in all honesty, it's important for me to be the bigger man and apologise. So I'm going to apologise for the extremists out there. Most Muslims knew I was just fucking around. I was just saying horrible things for a joke. But what I've decided to do is apologise in the best way that, Muslim extremists know how. I'm going to bring out halfway through the show, in about 10 minutes' time, I'm going to bring out a gay couple and we're going to stone them to death, all right? That's what we're going to do, all right? It's going to be like Middle Eastern Oprah. You getting a Allahu Akbar, you getting a Allahu Akbar. Everyone's got a big dirty rock under their chair. You looked, you dumb cunt. Jesus! Why would I bring gravel in here? God! Fucking threaten me. 1, 2, 3, 4. We love Sharia law. I was genuinely worried. This is right when masks came in too. So I was able to leave the house. I was just wearing a mask. It was good. I actually felt like a Muslim woman. I was hiding in my shame. No, burqas are hot. Burqas are hot. Burqas are hot. It would be, but you don't need a sweat towel. I was genuinely scared to the point where the only place I felt safe was my local swimming pool because there's no bombing allowed. What do you reckon, Karen? All right, not bad?
Not bad.
What? You've heard worse. Jimmy Carr, he's good. He's very good. I like Jimmy Carr. Well, I'm sorry I haven't offended you, madam. But you know what I didn't do? I didn't talk about Muhammad. And you should never talk about Muhammad, right? Never. Because here's what happens if you talk about Muhammad. You die. I got in trouble, right? People got angry on Twitter. You talk about Muhammad, you die. Do we know who... Well, that's not... So, Charlie Hebdo, the French satirical newspaper. Do you know who that is? Do you see why I didn't ask fucking Charlie Horse over here, or his fucking name is? Charlie Hebdo is a French satirical newspaper. A lot of big words, stay with me, all right? Now, they drew, after a terrorist attack, they drew a cartoon of Muhammad, all right? And it said at the top of the cartoon, it's hard being friends with jerks. Do you know what Muslim extremists in Paris did? They stormed their offices and killed them all with grenade launchers, machine guns. They took all their lives. But I'm not going to draw Muhammad. What I am going to do is mention... Shut your stupid fucking mouth, you fish-looking cunt. Jesus. I'm not going to draw Muhammad. But you are. I'm not going to... I'm sorry, mate. So you're a loudmouth cunt, but then you go, I'm sorry. You're like a little puppy. I just want to kick you. I'm not going to draw Muhammad, but I will say this. Jesus Christ. Fucking how long have you been out of the methadone clinic, love? Have a go at you. Where are your teeth? Huh? She got home invasioned. What? They got kicked out? Shot twice? Fuck, they should have shot a third time, I tell you. Don't fucking shake your head at me, you little cunt. You had to go at me hairline 2 minutes ago. Huh? No. I'm glad you didn't die. Right. You, all of you, shut up. I'm not going to draw Muhammad. But you know what's harder than being friends with jerks? Muhammad's cock around 6-year-old girls. Now, the reason I say that is not just to be outrageous, right? It's pretty outrageous, but here's the thing. Muhammad actually married a 6-year-old girl called Aisha. Do we know that? Absolutely true. But he didn't fuck her until she was 12. What a good guy. And yet I'm the bad dude. I wondered, though, what would happen if Muhammad came back and it wasn't Jesus? What if us whiteys were wrong and Jesus wasn't coming back and it was Muhammad? I tell you what he'd do. The first thing he'd do is jump on a fucking plane to Jeffrey Epstein's island because he'd fit right fucking in there. Join the Catholic Church. He'd probably fucking, fly over with Bill Cosby. Yeah, sure, why not? Listen to a bit of Rolf Harris as the night fades away. How beautiful. Oh, Prince Andrew, what are you doing? Oh no, we can't make those jokes because the fucking Queen's dead. Good. I'm going to titty fuck her corpse. That's what I'm going to do. Any dads in the crowd? Hey. Couple of dads. Tell the dads. I tell you what.
You're nearly a dad.
Nearly a dad. My old man had a lot of great things to say and things to teach me as a young fella. He always used to freak out about one thing. And that was turds in the backyard, dog shits, right? He didn't want me running out there with me mates, stepping in them, and then, running inside them, the plush carpets, and having mum having the shits, right? So what he'd say to me is a very Australian expression. He would say to me, Isaac, when you go outside, be careful of the landmines. We've all heard of landmines before? Yeah. Now that's fine if you're an Aussie. But I had a mate when I was in year 4, Matt, his name was, and we used to, he used to come around every afternoon and we'd do all those good Aussie things, right? We'd kick the footy, bit of, casual racism, all that good stuff. And then one afternoon, Dad came home. And it's an exciting moment as a young boy when your dad walks through the back gate after work, Mum's been outside bludgeon all day. And Dad, the breadwinner, returns home. And I see him and I'm like, fuck yeah, Dad's home. And I run over. And then young Matt sees him as well and he runs over. And Dad, with his hawk eye vision, spots the biggest, juiciest turd that you ever did see. And he screams at young Matt. He screams at him. He says, "Matt, be careful! There is a landmine directly in front of you." And Matt freezes. He panics, right? He starts freaking out. Because at this point, it's important in the story to know that Matt is an orphan from Cambodia, all right? I don't know if you know this. Cambodia, a lot of unexploded ordnance. That's explosives. Matt's panicking at this point, right? But here's the thing. Dad's an old school Aussie. So what does he do? He doubles down. He says, "Matt, do not move. If you take one more step, you will stand on that landmine." And the fear turns to PTSD. The shaking turns to tears. And a singular tear runs down Matt's left cheek. And he goes to wipe it away. But he can't because he has no arms because of the landmines in Cambodia. You see, sometimes jokes are really silly, right? Sometimes they're really silly. And I like that. But I think there's a lot of great things that my old man, your old man used to tell you things? Still does? That's good. He's doing well. My old man used to, well, my family in general, they had a lot of good warnings, right? Like my old man, but some of these things you couldn't tell in any other family, right? So like if Dad wanted me to keep a secret, he'd go, "Oi, don't tell your mother. Don't tell you. You can say that in any part of Australia, just not in Tasmania because it means you're fucking your dad." Right? Or what about this one? Wait till your father comes home. Huh? You can say that anywhere in Australia, anywhere. You can't say that, obviously, in an African-American family, though. You can't, all right? He's not coming home, that's the joke. What about this one? "You two back there, keep it down or we'll turn this car around," right? If only Princess Diana gave that information to William and Harry. "Oh, the Queen's dead." She killed Diana. Thank you, sir. I have one more, but it's fucked up. Is there any ladies in here who's ever heard the expression, "Don't go out dressed like that, you'll catch your death"? Yeah, you've heard that? If only they said that to William Tyrrell's foster mother. We don't know William Tyrrell? Hide and seek world champ, old William Tyrrell. What a superhero. Okay, let's keep moving. What do you think, Karen? No good? Do you know what? You're not Karen. What's your name? Joe. That's another Karen name, isn't it? Joe. That's like second place, isn't it, Joe? You single, Joe? You're not? Would you consider leaving your man for Cowboy? Because he... I don't know, something. Any Pauline Hanson fans here tonight? If you missed that, he goes, "What?" Are you a fan of Pauline Hanson? Are you financing? Are you financing One Nation, sir? Are you a fan of Pauline Hanson? Okay. Okay. Here's the thing about Pauline, is people say she's a racist, and I think that's unfair. She's just a sick... Okay, I'm glad we're having this conversation, but here's the thing. She's a sick woman, all right? She has racist Tourette's. Because Pauline Hanson could be saying the most serious thing of all time, the best announcement of her entire life, and she could be there going, we're going to cure cancer, and I've got it for free for everyone. And then the tick starts coming, the Tourette's start playing. She's like, oh Christ, we're going to roll it out, and everyone gets it. And then it hits her. For free, except the blacks, because they want everything for free. Oh, shut the fuck up, Paul. Jesus. She cannot control herself. She's a sick woman. You know where she's from? Do you know where in Queensland? Ipswich. Ipswich is the biggest shithole on earth, all right? I drove through Ipswich once. Anyone here from Ipswich? Usually there's always one person from Ipswich. I drove through there once, right? In the morning, on the way home from a show the night before, 9 o'clock in the morning, there was a man standing in the middle of the road throwing rocks at cars, wearing a shirt that said, fuck off, we're full, and nothing else. And as I saw his cock travel through time and space, I thought to myself, that explains Pauline Hanson. That explains Pauline. Single lady. Let's talk love. Yeah, come on. Unfortunately, I have a microphone. And I am louder. Huh? Yeah, it's my spare. Now, do you find the French accent attractive? It is the language of love, as if you don't find it attractive. It makes everything gorgeous and beautiful. Like, let's imagine a crazy pretend world, right? We're gonna have to use our imaginations here, where you're good enough for me. And I walk over to you and I say this, right? And I say, je pense que t'as chipulis moi. Wouldn't you just melt? Of course you would. But what I really said is, your pussy stinks, please leave. It's a great language. And it makes everything gorgeous. It turns the worst two accents in the world into something wonderful. The worst two accents go as follows: the white Australian accent and the Aboriginal accent. I'm sorry to the Aboriginal people in the crowd. But there's nothing sexy during the throes of passion for you to whisper into your lovely partner's ear, fuck off, you dumb dog. It's just not. Even in French, bonjour, tu stupid. It's not that good. And then it's us filthy whiteys. Like 200 years ago, when we turned up and borrowed the land, when we turned up, we were all speaking like this. Oh, yes, good afternoon, madam. Would you like another cup of tea? What happened? Now we're all fucking like, oh, come and fuck me, cunt! What happened? That is my impression of Joe. That's my impression of you, Joe, you dirty old minx. How old is your child here? 17. Oh, okay, fair enough. I'll leave it alone. Next year we're going fucking full ham on your mother. Like half of Perth has. That's not true, Joe. That's not true. It's not an insult. Joe fucks. Fuck yeah, Joe. Joe fucks. Apparently you're not supposed to tell Aboriginal jokes, and I think that's a bit fucked up, right? Because I feel like we should joke about everyone. And if I stand up here and, like, Australian comedians, they'll never do jokes about Aboriginal people, right? Like, it's just like, you're just not allowed to do it. But they're so funny. They're just funny people, right? And, like, I think that we should tell jokes. Like, I know, give him a chance. This could be the one. This could be the one. The funniest jokes you've ever heard have come from rapists. What did you say? Have come from what? Black people? Well, I don't see colour, sir. Okay? I don't see colour. Yep. Yep. Good. No. I don't know if you believe that. You've interrupted like 15 times tonight. So, what do you do for work? Do you work? You don't work at the moment. Why not? Why not? Home invasion? Is that the same thing? How many excuses do you people of Perth have? No, not mind my business. Why don't you work? He's not a loser. All right? He's a beautiful... Now, can I please just... God, how long have I got? Get me off this fucking thing. You're not allowed to tell Aboriginal jokes, so I thought, let's try and get me cancelled one more time. All right? We'll start off real slow. All right? Tell him... Not like Joe, hey. Stop looking at me, Joe. So, I fucking lost yous all over. So, let's start off real slow, all right? Let's move our way into it. Like when you're skipping at school, you've got to warm up, all right? Recently, I recently gave my grandmother a frangipani for her birthday. Delicious, right? Wonderful, fantastic. She grabbed it. She said, "This is great. I love frangipani trees. They're wonderful, but it's a bit heavy." She said, "Can you take it?" And I said, "Sure. Where do you want me to put it, Gran?" She said, "Can you put it at the back in the garden?" I said, "Gran, where in the garden?" She said, "Can you put it next to the natives?" I said, "Gran, they're First Nations people, all right?" "And why are they in your shed?" It's so easy to write Aboriginal jokes. They write themselves. The most Aboriginal word in the world, corroboree, has the word robbery in it. White people in Australia never really culturally appropriated Aboriginal culture because there's nothing that we really wanted except for the kids. Let's be honest, we never looked at tapping sticks and thought, "Oh, fuck, we need those." We're over here building broadband. I thought I'd never seen Aboriginal pornography before. And on top of that, I thought I'd never seen an Aboriginal pornographic magazine. It turns out I have. It's just known as a different name, National Geographic magazine, all right? One more. This is the piece de resistance. Have you ever seen a transgender Aboriginal... Of course you haven't. They're hard to spot because the ladies already look like blokes. There you go. Horrible. I'm a white dog and I'm very aware of it. Any fans of body positivity in the crowd? Now remember, fat girls are beautiful, fat men, gross. All right? If this was an 18-plus crowd, sir, I would. Not just one microscope. We need microscopes. We've put plural in there. What type of budget do you think we got here, big dick? So I got this whole preamble about body positivity, and I can do that if you want, or I can just go into the jokes. I'll get to the jokes. All right. They recently released a fat Barbie. Mattel, right, who makes Barbie dolls, released a fat Barbie. But here's the thing: who the fuck wants to play with fat Barbie? I'll tell you who doesn't. Fucking Ken. Ken doesn't want to fuck Fat Barbie, all right? Fat Barbie's not going to the dream house. That bitch doesn't fit. And then there's Ken, right? Ken, abs, right? He's fucking a millionaire. He's got all this fucking cash. He's got yachts. And then there's old flubberguts over here who just demands all the respect. That's disgraceful, right? Where's our Ken, right? Where's my Ken with a questionable hairline and psoriasis in his beard? Where's Perth Ken, who drives trucks all week and then gets home on a Friday night, goes down to the pub with the boys for a couple of beers and then gets home and punches holes in his missus? Where's Cowboy Ken? That's what I'm saying. Don't buy Fat Barbie. Oh my God. There's other Barbies though. They've released other Barbies, right? So there's fucking Asian Barbie. There's Wheelchair Barbie. That's actually a cross promotion with Hot Wheels. There's also Down syndrome Barbie. Don't you buy it. Don't you buy it. Just get regular Barbie and put it in the microwave for 45 seconds, all right? So you were going to yell something out and I said something heaps better. Shut your stupid mouth, you autistic cunt. All right? Tash Peterson, who? Vegan Booty. We're going to actually have her turn up tonight. People say to me, oh, you should have been fucking harder on her, right? This was a fucking 20-something-year-old girl in my house. I'm not going to be hard on her, but I did rape her. I did. It was awful. It was awful. It was bony. It was like rooting a leather lounge. Moved less. All right. Let's say something outrageous. There's differences between men and women, right? I know that there's they thems. Are you one of those they thems? You've just got short hair? Okay, cool. You got to check. You got to check. I want to know your pronouns. You haven't changed your pronouns? She, they. So why they? What part of the day is they? Because if you want to be like, if you feel you're a bit in the middle, like that's fine. I just think you should choose a better pronoun than they. It seems so unpersonable. Like, can't you come up with like, hang on, let's talk. Why they? Where did they come from? Your stepdad? That is never... So, hang on. Your stepdad made you a they? Is this your partner, sir? She definitely does anal, doesn't she? Oh my God. It's like slipping up on a first date. It's like... That feels tighter. It's like, pick one. You can't have they, all right? You can have she, or he, or something else, but they is not appropriate. No, I'm not saying that you can't be in the middle. I just think you should pick a different word than they. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. We're trying to work it out. Don't you think they seems impersonable, though? Oh, that's what they is like. I'm going to talk to you later. I want a better word. All right? There are differences between men and women. We can all agree upon that, right? You know? And I think the biggest difference is by far what they do. The wage gap. Joe. Are you familiar with the wage gap? You don't know the wage gap? What do you mean you don't know the wage gap? The idea and the fact that women earn less than men for the same work, right? Do you know? No, it's real. The reason, you know what I'm talking about, right? It's bullshit, yeah? And here's why it exists. Because men work harder than women. Now, I don't know where to put you. In what camp? You're lazy half the day. Men work harder than women, all right? We can agree on that, Joe? Okay. I'm glad you said no, because I'm going to change your mind, all right? Are you familiar with Harvey Weinstein? Harvey Weinstein had, like, actresses, right? that he would sleep with, and then from that horrible sexual experience, they would get movie roles and millions of dollars. Now, I don't know about you, Joe. Millions of dollars in movie roles for one gross dick sounds like a pretty good trade. Now, how many women in this room would go down on Harvey Weinstein, the ugliest dude in the world, a disgraceful human being, for $1 million?
Little Butterfield.
Anyone? You would? Well, some chicks would do it for a carton of UDLs and a bucket of chicken, but most ladies have this thing called self-respect. Now, you wouldn't do it, Joe? You wouldn't do it for $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, $10 million. All right, how about this? How many men in this room would go down on the old lady from the Titanic for 100 grand? We fight the wars, all right? We build the bridges and we push our careers forward when necessary, all right? We eat the old lady's pussy for financial gain. And we do it nicely, goddammit. We do it nicely. We scoop her up out of a wheelchair. We'd lay her down on the posturepedic. We'd open up those arthritic thighs. We'd rub some sorbeline on those varicose veins. We'd pull off that nappy. And she might be a little bit nervous, right? It's been a while. So we pretend we're on the Titanic, a bit of role play. Oh my God, it's an iceberg, I'm going down. That's why you don't earn as much, mate. Sorry. But the differences don't stop there. There's differences in genitalia. The penis is so different to the vagina. A penis is so easy to operate. Even a 10-year-old altar boy could do it. Muhammad's wife, apparently. The vagina, though, that's alien shit. That's like an octopus, right? That's a fucking octopus, those things. In New South Wales, we have to do 120 hours on our L's before we can drive by ourselves, right? And you ladies expect us to drive that cunt immediately? Like, let me give you a tour. So there's the mons pubis, there's the labia majora, the labia minora, Lawrence of a labia, and then tucked up, hopefully neatly in there, yeah, I'm talking about fucking you, mate, in there is the clitoris. Never found it? Here's the secret. Here's the secret about the clitoris. No one's found it. Listen, ladies, this is one for you. If the clitoris is so important to you, if you need men to find it, if you need it to be touched to have sexual pleasure, if you're missing it from your love life, show us where it is! Why does it have to be a secret? Just show it! Fucking hell. Ridiculous. And your orgasms suck. Your orgasms suck. I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of this shit where you fucking carry on like, oh, I'm gonna come. Oh, I'm coming. And nothing happens. Nothing happens. We paint houses with our shit, all right? And you do nothing. And you're mean. You're mean during sex. I once had sex with a lady, I know, crazy. And I was given her the old Butterfield special from the rear area. All right?
Mums don't count.
Good one, mate. So I was hitting her from behind, the old doggy style, all right? And she made this noise. She yelped. She went, oh. Well, not deep like that. She... Christ! She went, oh, ow. And I was like, I was young and stupid and I was caring and I went, oh my God, is everything okay? Is everything all right? And then I said the dumbest thing of all fucking time. I said, was it too big? She sat there in the nude, legs akimbo, and laughed at me. Laughed and laughed and laughed, sitting there with her legs spread with JFK's exit wound hanging out. I know, JFK's dead, I know, my God. Do you know, I'll ask you a question this time, maybe you can answer it. Do you know why foreskins exist, sir? Because of your mum. No. To hide the dick chase. Okay. Do you know? My confused friend. Do you know why penises are shaped the way they are? The head of the penis. You know why it's shaped like that? Like a little mushroom, right? Did you see how that to scoop the cum out? He's right. The penis is shaped like that to create a vacuum and, as you so eloquently put it, scoop the cum out. Like an employee at Baskin-Robbins, just... But it's there, and evolution put it there because this is what allows certain male species to pass on their chromosomes, etc., their DNAs and all this jisms, right? This was what happens. It goes in, it pulls all the other jizz out and puts their jizz in. Do you know what that says about ladies? Even evolution doesn't trust you sluts. That's what it says. Now, ladies and gentlemen of Perth, I'm going to fuck off in a minute, but I don't care, I'm going, shut up. But I will be out the front saying g'day, sign autographs, kissing babies. If you bring your baby, you should have left it in the car. That is a fucking tip. But come and say g'day. If you don't want to, Joe, if you want to go home, you got some complaints to issue tomorrow. I like to finish every show, though, by talking about my puppy dogs. Littlefoot and Rosie. I love these guys, right? They're beautiful dogs. Fucking thank you. We've got a Littlefoot fan? Fantastic. Now, Rosie's an angel. She's a grandma. We'll leave her alone. But Littlefoot is a little shit. When we adopted this dog, he was like 8 weeks old. He came home the first night and he shat in one of my shoes. Like, deliberately did it. And that's not a joke. He deliberately shat in one of my shoes, this kid, right? He did all these things. It was strange, the things he would do. He was very particular about where he'd poo. He'd only poo inside, wouldn't poo on the grass outside. You know, when you take your dog for a walk and they won't poo, like, oh my God, no way, cooch grass. Oh. Bullshit. But we do that too. If we go in a public toilet and there's skid marks, like, oh, no way, bro. There's needles. Oh, fucking no way. There's a dead hooker and you're fucking cowboy. Like, oh, nice. Now, here's the thing with Littlefoot, though. He was also a notorious humper. This dog would hump everything, right? We had this teddy, this large Ted that we nicknamed Big Ted, very inventive in our house. Littlefoot would hump this thing within an inch of its life. It got to the point where it was no longer humping, this was rape. It was bad. Like, he'd invite the local ducks around. No. It was bad. It was so bad we actually had to get rid of Big Ted because of the rape that happened at our house. We actually had to send it somewhere where rape happened less, and we sent it to Parliament House, and that's saying something. Now, one night we came home, right? We just moved into a new house. We're getting home rather, before my dad arrived. He was bringing us dinner, and we had just been out for the longest time without being home with Littlefoot. And we walked in, and Littlefoot was freaking out. He was running around the house panicking, right? And what had happened was, it was hard to explain because I walked inside first. I noticed he was a bit off. You know, it's your kid, right? You know your little baby. Something's wrong, right? And you walk up to him like, what's wrong, little fella? And then Claire saw it. Claire saw this growth hanging from his stomach. And she goes, oh my God, his intestines are out. And I said, Claire, it's not his intestines. It's his penis. And she goes, oh my God, he's doggy doodle! And then hits the ground like the end of the Shawshank Redemption. What had happened was Littlefoot had his entire penis exposed. He had humped this teddy so much that he had withdrawn the foreskin all the way to the, I promise you this is true, all the way to the base of his penis, to these two glands, right? These two glands, not his balls. I thought it was his balls, but these two glands that pop out of a male dog's, the bottom of his penis to, and this is pretty full on, to make sure when he's having sex with another dog, a female dog, that they can't get away, all right? It's pretty fucked up, right? They are the ducks of the, they are the ducks of the canine world. Now, Littlefoot's got this whole thing, and you know what, when, sir, when you measure the length of your dick, you measure from 3 feet inside of you. This is what we were seeing. His whole knob was... And it's a puppy. It's ridiculous. So Claire's freaking out, crying on the ground. I know Dad's coming over, so I'm freaking... What do I do here? I start Googling. I get on my phone. I go to sit on the lounge, right? I go to sit down. I'm getting a bit old, so I brace myself. And I put my hand in the biggest shit of all time. And I'm like, motherfucker... Wash my hands. I get on the phone and I call the vet. Now it's night time, so it's only the emergency vet that's open. And I don't want to take him there because it's fuck off expensive, right? So I get on the phone and I say, listen, I need some help. And she says, can we start with your name? I said, my name's Isaac Butterfield. She goes, oh. I was like, yeah, anyway. So what's happened is my dog, I think, humped this teddy so much that he's withdrawn he's pulled his foreskin back all the way to the base, and now I can't get it back. She said, oh my God, it sounds like he's in quite a pickle. I said, yes, his cock's exploded, madam. It's a pickle indeed. She says, you need to act fast. She said, if it dries out, it could become infected and he could lose his penis, a fate worse than death, I'm sure we can all imagine. I said, I will do anything. This is my little baby. I'll do anything. She said, and I'll never forget her saying this, and I promise this is true as well. Claire was there, she can back it up. She said, do you have any lube? And I'm a man. I said, yeah, I got lube. So I went to my lube drawer, and all I had left was out-of-date caramel lube. And I said, is caramel lube okay, to the lady on the phone? And she said, I don't know, I've never tried it. I said, fair enough. She said, what you want to do is you want to sort of work the penis, the shaft, and then try to coax the foreskin to go back over the end of the penis. So I walk over to Littlefoot. I put lube in my hand. I go down on one knee and I look into his beautiful little eyes and I lie to him. I said, it's going to be all right. And then I start working his little dick. Now, a lot goes through your mind when you're, let's face it, jerking off your dog. You think about house prices, you think about the Christchurch joke, you think about COVID, you think about Mark McGowan's bald little head. You think about a lot of things. And time flies when you're having fun. And it goes to like 45 seconds to a minute and a half. And I think to myself, listen, I love this dog. I want him to be okay. But conversely, I don't want to make him come. So I say to old love, I said, there's got something, there has to be something else I can do here. She said, listen, there's one more thing we can try. Otherwise, you're going to have to bring him in. It's going to cost you $1,000. Right, so what can I do? She said, do you have any fruit juice? I said, yep. Why? She said, just go and get some, and if you can put his penis in the fruit juice, it might help. I said, fine, we've tried everything else, I've jerked him off. So I grab some orange juice and I dip his penis in OJ. Not the American footballer accused of murder. And you wouldn't believe it, the erection goes down and the foreskin returns. The day is saved. Perth, the day is saved! Fuck yeah. And I say, hang on a second, why didn't you tell me this one first? I thought to myself, hang on, why would I jerk my dog off for 10 minutes when I could have dipped it in orange juice? And at this point, I'm over the top of Littlefoot, sweating and panting, right? Claire's on the ground still crying. Littlefoot's trying to suck himself off because of the delicious caramel nectar. And at this point, Dad walks in, dropping off dinner. He sees the scene, freaks out, and in typical Dad fashion, looks straight at the lounge with the big shit on it and said, there's a landmine on that lounge, you know? And I thought to myself, I need to ask this lady why she didn't tell me to try the juice first. So I said it. I said, excuse me, why didn't you tell me to try the juice first? She said, oh, easy. When you called up, I recognise your name. I'm a vegan. I fucking hate your videos. Hey, Perth, thank you so much for coming out. I appreciate it. Come and say good day out the front. Be a good motherfucker. Peace to Middle East. Me dick sticks. Toodle au revoir. Bye-bye. See ya. Bye.